Can Ferrari's strategy issues be resolved with the departure of Inaki Rueda? That's the question on everyone's mind right now. Rueda was a central figure in the Ferrari Formula 1 project, but his tenure was marked by strategic errors that often left the team's fans scratching their heads. Inaki Rueda, the head of Ferrari's race strategy, was known for making decisions that were sometimes hard to comprehend from the outside. These strategic missteps were particularly evident during the 2022 championship, a season that saw Ferrari lose many potential points due to a lack of organization and communication. Let's take a closer look at some of these strategic blunders. The races in Monaco, Silverstone, and Hungary unfortunately stand out as glaring examples of Inaki Rueda's questionable decision-making. The introduction of TD39 saw Red Bull taking the lead in performance, but even before this, Verstappen had a significant advantage, largely due to Ferrari's reliability issues and strategic errors. These strategic missteps were not minor hiccups. They resulted in Ferrari leaving many points on the table. And the man responsible for these decisions? None other than Inaki Rueda. The consequences of his decisions were too severe, too often for a team of Ferrari's caliber, and for the championship standings. The departure of Rueda has left many wondering if Ferrari's strategy issues will now be resolved. Could Max Verstappen and Red Bull have won the titles anyway? Perhaps, but Ferrari could have at least said, "We did everything we could," instead of being left with doubts and regrets. Inaki Rueda's departure is a significant change, but it's not the only one. Ferrari is in the midst of a rebuilding process, with the aim of returning to the top of the world. It's a risky journey, but one that the team believes is necessary to regain its former glory. So what's next for Ferrari? With a new head of strategies, will we see the same results? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure. Rueda's strategic decisions, often misguided, have cost Ferrari dearly in the past. With Inaki Rueda's departure, will Ferrari's strategy issues be a thing of the past? As the dust settles on Rueda's exit, the question on every F1 enthusiast's lips is whether this change will mark a turning point for Ferrari's strategy conundrums. Will the Scuderia finally stop leaving points on the table due to strategic blunders? Enter Ravan Jain, an English engineer of Indian origin, newly promoted to the chief strategist's seat. Despite his relatively young age, born in '95, Jain has already managed to convince team principal Fred Vasseur of his capabilities in a span of just 12 months. With a fresh perspective and a new approach, Jain could be the much-needed breath of fresh air for Ferrari's strategy team. However, with a new title comes new responsibilities. The pressure of making crucial decisions for the most successful team in the history of F1 is no small feat. Every call from the pit wall, every tweak in the strategy, could potentially make or break a race and, by extension, a season. But let's not forget, Rueda's departure and Jain's promotion are part of a larger rebuilding process Ferrari is undergoing. Changes like these are inevitable and necessary when a team is striving to claw its way back to the top. The departure of Laurent Mekies, among others, serves as an example of this ongoing transformation. The responsibility of this rebuild doesn't just fall on Jain. Fred Vasseur, the French team principal, has been steering this ship since the beginning of his adventure in red. He knows the journey to the top is long, complex, and fraught with risks. Yet he also understands that there isn't much time. The patience of fans and higher-ups alike is waning, and the pressure is mounting to deliver results. So will these changes spell the end of Ferrari's strategy woes? Will Jain's fresh take on strategy lead the Scuderia back to the top? Or will the story of missed opportunities continue to plague Ferrari? Only time will tell if these changes will bring Ferrari back to the top of the F1 world.